Welcome to Carolina People. Today we're at the Carrell Group's model home in the Members Club neighborhood of the Grande Dunes Resort in Myrtle Beach. And we're visiting with Myrtle Beach's mayor, the Honorable John Rhodes.
Hey, Greg.
Hello, John.
Good to see you.
How about it? Grande Dunes, a lot going on.
Oh, it is. It's coming back strong.
It really is.
The whole area is now recovering from the recession. You see some steps moving in the right direction, and it makes it very exciting to be a resident of Myrtle Beach now.
Oh yeah, you've had a chance to kind of get a feel of the whole, Grande Dunes seems to go on and on and on. It's incredible.
Well, it is. I mean, I took a tour today, and what's going on right now is exciting, and of course having a chance to be here in Mr. Carroll's mobile home lot is nice. Man, what a house. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It is.
This is something you sort of dream about having.
I know. When you walk in, you're thinking, can this be moved over to my lot where I live?
That's right.
I mean, it really is. It's exciting. We'll be with Bruce in a little bit and have a chance to wrap up with Jim Frazier today.
Yeah.
But the real excitement, of course, is getting you in a lot in your life. I mean, just for you to be here.
Well, it is. I mean, it has been quite an experience, something that as you're coming along in our age, we have a tendency to think we're invincible. And as I say, once you pass 50, you start going down that side of the mountain. And I said, I just don't want to hit the slick spots. But about a month or so ago, my skis almost went out from under me. So I'm just very fortunate and very blessed to even be here.
John, are you willing to share with viewers a little bit? Could you walk us through what all happened? This was actually the Beach Ball Classic, which you have headed up and been so involved with for so long. To think that's another great reason to celebrate beach ball.
Well, it is, and honestly, if I had not have been at the beach ball, I would probably say that my chances of being here would have been slim, because when our EMS guy that was there that took my blood pressure and just flat said, Mayor, you're going to the hospital, I would have probably sit around and said, give me some aspirin and get rid of this headache, and it'd been all right. But you never know why things work out like they do. But back in November, I was at City Council, and we were having a meeting, and all of a sudden everything just sort of went dark on me, for about 10 seconds. And I thought that it was like a sugar spike.
Right.
And then a couple of weeks after that, I went home from work, and my granddaughter come running up, and Pa. And I picked her up. When I did, it felt like I had pulled a muscle right in the base of my neck. And then when I would cough, I would have like grabbing a headache type thing, and it would just like this. And I said, well, it must be from the muscle pull.
Right.
And then probably it went on through the girls' tournament, no problems. On the 26th of December, I was getting ready to present Eric Golson with his proclamation at the ball game, and Wayne Gray, Councilman Gray, was going to do the MC, and he looked at me and he said, John, why are you sweating and flush? Are you nervous? And I said, no, that's 100 times no.
Yeah.
And my wife said, well, his blood pressure probably acting up, and I didn't think any more about it. And then the next day when I came to the tournament, I walked in. Matter of fact, I had walked over and met with Donald Smith on a few things, and left there with two of my committee people and walked to sit down at the press table. And when I did, it was like two lightning bolts going through my head.
No.
And I said, man, I've got a headache. It's unreal. And they looked at me and says, we need to get your blood pressure checked. And I said, no, it's my head's hurting. He says, no, your face is red. And that's when I gave in and went over to the EMS. And for once in my life, I listened to somebody that knew more about things than I did, and that's why I'm here today.
Golly, John, and I think you shared with me earlier just that feeling as you're riding down and you're awake and you're actually in an ambulance going down to MUSC.
Well,
just what was going on in your head?
Well, you try not to think of the worst, but I knew that if the thing blew out, that I had no chance, because there's nothing you can do in the ambulance going down. So you just try to think positive about stuff, and you try to think about other things, because Greg, if you start concentrating on the worst,
right,
then you're going to drive yourself batty.
Oh, I bet.
But when I got to the hospital, they were rolling right on up to the ICU, and the doctors came in, and They took me down, ran some tests, and came back upstairs and says, we'll operate in the morning.
Wow.
And, you know, even then, my makeup, I have to take things lightly sometimes because I just don't, I don't want to dwell on the negatives. I always like to dwell on the positives. And, you know, I won't ever forget, I was laying on the table where they were getting ready to go into the operating room, and one of the doctors came in and he had his skull cap on, had WV on there, and I said, Doc, I said, you better take care of me. I said, because I'm the mayor of the capital of West Virginia. He looked at me and I said, yeah, Myrtle Beach, and he started laughing. And as he was rolling me in, I said, and one other thing, Doc, I said, I hope you're a lot better than your football team was this year. But, and that was my little bit of humor I had. And next thing I know, I was waking up in the room. But it's just amazing what they can do in medicine today, and to be able to go up through your groin, up into the brain, and find the aneurysm and repair it. I'm just, you know, you hear people talk about blessed, how blessed you are.
Right.
I am. I'm very blessed and very fortunate to be here.
Well, of course, what's even more significant, so few, maybe 1 out of 10 folks actually get through this. And then even a much smaller amount, maybe 1% actually get through it and are sitting here today and having a normal conversation, running the city of Myrtle Beach and doing so many things that you do.
Well, you're right. I mean, the doctors explained to me how fortunate I was that, you know, 90% of the people that come in with an aneurysm like this just don't make it, and that 1% of that 10% will walk away without any side effects.
It's 1% of the 10%.
Yeah.
So really 1% of all folks that experience brain aneurysms are in the great shape that you're in today.
It is. And you know, the sad thing is that we're not educated on how the symptoms rather to look for in the aneurysm. And whereas if you have tightness in the chest, your left arm, you've always been told, go get it checked because you might be having a heart attack or something.
Right.
And with an aneurysm, you just haven't been told these things. And they have, you know, the Brain Aneurysm Foundation is now trying to allow people to become more aware of the symptoms to look for. And that's what I want to try to do. I want to try to be a spokesperson for the Brain Aneurysm Foundation and to help educate people to save lives. We're living in a retirement community in Myrtle Beach. It's, you know, I mean, yeah, we're a tourist community, but also we have a tremendous amount of retirees. And I think our retirees are the ones that you look at, that you first of all think about, put them be aware of an aneurysm. But a brain aneurysm thing, we've had so many that passed away that are young. It's not an age thing. It's just something that happens, and it's like having the old inner tube puts a bubble up and blows out. Wow.
Well, folks need to go online to research the Brain Aneurysm Foundation, or just do some, or of course have an opportunity to spend some time with you.
Well, and I'd be more than happy to talk to people, and I just want to let people know that every time that something like this happens does not mean it's the end of the world, that you're going to die if you can react and get there. And I'm telling you, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and had the right people around me that knew to get me to somewhere that was going to help save my life.
We need to wrap up, but I got to ask you about one special birthday, the 75th birthday, the city of Myrtle Beach, a big year here.
Yes, we're excited about it. We got some ongoing events that's going to be taking place, hopefully monthly throughout the year.
Right.
Of course, right now the big announcement is the air show coming back.
Yes.
The end of June, which will have the Thunderbirds, and it's going to be a 2-day affair. So we're very excited about that. We want to thank Ouray County Council for getting involved and helping provide funds, along with the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce, to put this event on.
Absolutely.
And it is going to be an exciting event. But hopefully we'll have some other cake cutting events going on to celebrate our city's 75th anniversary.
Truly, a lot to be excited about, particularly having you here with us today.
Thank you, Craig. Appreciate
Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. Welcome back to Carolina People. As I said earlier, we're at the Carrell Group's model home in the Members Club neighborhood of the Grande Dunes Resort in Myrtle Beach. We're visiting with Carrell Group's president and founder, Bruce Carrell. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
How
Thank
about it? Very exciting to get us in, particularly you just got back recently from Las Vegas. A wonderful trip, obviously the ICF Builder Annual Awards there in Las Vegas, scoring 2 big wins, I believe, for Best Large Residential for Carrell Group and your wife for Best Interior Design. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're very excited. Thank
And
you.
this is not your first time out there.
No, we won this award 3 years ago for a significant project we did in Florence, South Carolina. So very nice to go back and get a second first place trophy.
Well, seeing the huge program book, I mean, these are big awards. Obviously, a heck of a lot of folks recognized, a lot of builders. Is it just from around the country, around the world?
It's open to entrants from around the world. There were a few entries from outside of the United States, but primarily from the United States. And ICF is becoming more and more popular as a
Yes.
building system.
Well, I sure want to learn a little bit about ICF. For folks who can't be out for today's open house, I know y'all are having an open house this afternoon, and obviously we want to give them a sense with a little virtual tour in a minute, but we hear about ICF or fortified. Share with viewers a little about the differences, or if there are any, between insulated concrete form and fortified home building.
Okay. Fortified construction and ICF construction, which are two separate things, are things that we promote with our customers, certainly discuss them and give them the chance to evaluate whether or not that's correct for them in their new home construction. Fortified construction relates to a rating that we can achieve with a new home. It's promoted by, created by an organization called IBHS, which is the Institute for Business and Home Safety, located in Florida. And the whole idea behind the concept was to help builders build stronger houses, help consumers own stronger houses, and hopefully when disaster strikes, as we know it will sooner or later in a coastal area, the homes that are built this way will fare better in the storm. We can't start with a traditional frame constructed house, 2x6 walls, etc., and do certain things to it that help us achieve the fortified rating. The primary thing that goes into a fortified home is impact resistant windows and doors. That's something that's come out of hurricane construction in the last 10 to 20 years. To meet that criteria, a window has to be missile tested by a certain size object at a certain speed.
Wow.
And it eliminates the need in new construction for hurricane shutters or any type of additional panels that you might have to apply to the house in a storm-related condition.
Right.
So when we're building a fortified home, it starts with additional engineering on the front end. It includes independent third-party inspections that people that are trained that come in and look at what we're doing and make sure we're executing that specific engineering for that home.
Right.
And then it includes the components, the impact windows and doors, additional tie downs and strapping in the foundation systems. We do some different things with how we attach the roof. And at the end of that process, and we've gone through those inspections and correctly passed them, the Institute will issue a certificate for the homeowner that says this is a fortified home. And if you're living in an area that is disaster prone, such as the coast, typically you can achieve some insurance savings if your home meets the standard.
Great.
I don't try to promote it for that reason.
Right.
I mean, is that a return on investment? I don't know. That's not the important thing to me. What I try to promote is this is peace of mind. This is you've done everything you know how to do or you can do realistically to protect your home from the storm. And when the storm is on its way, you pack up your things and lock your door and drive away and come back when it's over.
Not putting up all the planks and
Right. It's one less thing to worry about there for sure.
That's a very big thing
It's
not
a huge
to worry
thing.
about.
Yeah. It is. And I would say that roughly half of our clients now are electing to make the investment in this fortified construction, and 80% or more of our Grande Dunes clients choose to fortify their home.
Is that right?
Moving on to insulated concrete forms, that is, or ICF, that is a specific wall system that we can use on the exterior of a home that is an incredibly strong, quiet, and energy efficient way to build an exterior wall of a house. An ICF home is not necessarily fortified, and a fortified home is not necessarily ICF, although they can be. Typically, when someone invests in ICF construction, they will make the investment to upgrade their windows and doors, et cetera,
Okay.
and create a fortified home. But ICF is as it says, insulated concrete form. It's a form that's made of foam.
Foam?
It's made of foam, like extruded styrofoam almost.
Right.
They look kind of like big Lego blocks when we start, and we stack them up to create the exterior wall of the house. As they're stacked up, we're creating window and door openings and reinforcing the inside of that wall cavity with steel, both vertical and horizontal, all tied together, all tied to the foundation of the home. Once those forms are stacked and appropriately braced, we pour concrete in that cavity, and when that dries, you've got a concrete and steel wall with foam on both sides. Incredibly strong, quiet, and energy
Bruce,
efficient.
this must cost a lot more, though.
It does cost more, of course, but not so much. When we look at fortified construction, thinking of a traditional frame house, we use as a rule of thumb about 5% more.
Oh, come on, that's all?
That's correct. It's
Wow.
really not so much.
Yeah.
And if we're thinking about ICF, perhaps another 5% plus or
Okay.
minus. So somewhere between 5 to 10% more than you might have spent to create what is, you know, the strongest house we basically know how to build right now.
Yes, yes. And now you probably have customers of yours that aren't necessarily on the coast that look at this as well.
That is correct. In fact, we just finished what was only the second commercial fortified structure in the United States in Florence, South Carolina.
Oh, come on.
We built a physician's office, and they elected to fortify it. And in a business setting, it is wind resistant as it would be in a hurricane, but it's also earthquake resistant, fire resistant, burglar resistant, all of those things that a business might take into account as they're thinking about protecting their structure.
Why wouldn't every business want to do that, my lord? I mean, you know, within reason, but
Sure.
that is probably, you said this is only the second one
yes.
in the country?
Yeah, and the program for homes has probably been promoted more and longer than it has been for commercial structures.
Right.
And it perhaps takes a little bit longer, and it is more expensive.
Yes.
But the owners of that building know that almost any natural disaster, their protection is at a higher level than any other structure around them.
Bruce, that is tremendous. Well, I'd love to learn more about that. Folks will have to spend some time doing some research on their own. We've only got about 5 minutes, and I want to make sure we have a chance for people to experience this if they can't be here today for the open house. Obviously, as it is a model home, they can contact somebody with the Carrell Group to find a way to get out here if they can't get out today. But just give folks a sense if they were coming by, if they were coming by, or just pretend to be them or be them. Give them a little virtual tour here.
Okay, we'll do. As you enter this home, you first will see some beautiful solid mahogany doors with intricate ironwork in the glass. Upon entry, you're greeted with a room that has high ceilings, some elegant moldings in the tray ceilings and coffered ceilings.
Yes.
The first thing you'll notice, though, is a large expanse of fortified glass that looks out onto the pool and the golf course behind the pool. That particular piece of glass is what we call storefront glass, specifically built on site for that opening to give us the maximum amount of view that we can from that main room.
Wow.
On either side of you as you come in, you'll note a reading room with the requisite bookcases and books, and a formal dining area, which is very elegant and nice for entertaining. Also in this main room, you'll see a social bar, which is nice for serving coffee or beverages when you're entertaining.
Right.
As we go through the tour, I like to take people to the master suite, which begins with some lovely archtop doors and sort of sets the tone as you enter that space for the owner that is very elegant, very private, and feels very special.
Yes.
The master bedroom itself is of a nice size, and it also features a small area off of the master bedroom, which is kind of a great place to have your laptop or some place to sit and read.
Right.
The master bathroom itself is quite special.
Oh, yeah.
Features his and her vanities on either side, a large jacuzzi soaking tub, And also a feature that has become quite popular lately, I'll call a European shower or just a walk-in shower. There's no glass, there's no door, you just step in and out.
Look at this,
And,
no glass.
Yeah,
Golly.
it's very nice when it comes time to clean, because there isn't very much to clean at that point. Also in the master suite, there's a coffee bar, a television that you can watch while you're taking a shower. So you certainly feel like you are the master of the house in that master suite.
This is incredible, Bruce.
Moving on to the family room and kitchen area, people get very excited when they see the feature of this space, which is the large retracting doors that actually disappear into the walls. They form it's a corner pocket door, it's called. Right. And when these doors are open, your entire outdoor living space becomes sort of part of your living room. And it feels very spacious and great for entertaining. This home is set up to entertain, and it doesn't fail in that regard.
Truly.
Moving on back from there, we have what we affectionately recall the club room, or the man cave of the house, which features a bar, a pool table, a dartboard, a card table, and a place about any guy would like to hang out with his friends and tell a few stories.
Truly, yes.
There are also 2 guest rooms in the house, each decorated a little bit differently, each with a private bath, and we're about 4,000 feet of heated space in this home.
Golly, it seems to go on, and of course the pool area is incredible.
It is, and this area features what we call the bird cage, which is a large screen system over the pool. It helps keep the pool clean, and it also keeps the bugs away, which makes the outdoor living space that much more inviting.
Oh, truly. Is that something that folks have really gravitated towards? I guess if they see it for the first time, they think, I need to have this.
Yeah, these are very popular in Florida.
Right.
They have not been something that we've done a lot of in Myrtle Beach up until the last few years, but almost everyone that sees it sees the value and wants to do that. So it's a great selling feature, a great lifestyle feature of the home.
Now, are there certain things that really stand out for you and your wife, Bruce, that you have to have in a home? Are there certain features that you've learned over time, or that your customers most typically ask for, that may be a little out of the norm?
We do a lot of work with the outdoor spaces.
Right.
I forgot to mention the tiki bar, which is outside adjacent to the pool. That's a very popular part of the homes that we design and build. Of course, kitchens and bathrooms are always and always will be, I'm sure, some of the favorite places in people's homes. And most of our homes, the kitchen areas feature living spaces adjacent. So as we all spend time together, the kitchen is a part of the eating and the living space, and people are spending their evenings and whatnot in those areas.
Well, I can see it. This is very special, Bruce. Thank you so much for opening your home to viewers today, and for the mayor, obviously, earlier. We're going to come back with Jim Frazier in just a minute. Of course, for folks to learn more about you, they can go online to thelocalnewspaper.com, one of our sponsors, and check out Angela Nicholas's great piece recently on you and the Carrell Group. Congratulations.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. Welcome back to Carolina People. We're still at the Carrell Group's model home in the Members Club neighborhood of the Grande Dunes Resort in Myrtle Beach. And we're visiting with Jim Frazier, a broker professional with Grande Dunes Properties. Jim.
Good to see you, Greg.
How about it? What a day. Kicking
Awesome.
it off with the mayor, the opportunity to be with Bruce Carrell, and now to wrap it up with you celebrating the open house this afternoon. And Bruce Carrell, I think I saw a quote recently where you quoted him as you were quoted as saying he is the Renaissance builder, or a Renaissance builder. What does that mean?
I think you see it when you look around his model. Whenever you walk into a Carrell Group, I could say it a Bruce Carrell signature home, his attention to detail, his elevation of the building art of building a home.
Yes.
And Bruce is not just a builder. He's an artist. He's a musician. He's a gourmet cook. Wears a lot of hats.
Right.
And he brings that into when he builds your home. When I bring customers in and he sits down with them, first thing he does is listen. How are you going to live in your home?
Yes.
How are you going to space plan the home?
Right.
Do you need a grand piano? Is there a grandmother's hutch? He'll actually build rooms around your furniture needs, wants, and desires.
Wow.
And around your lifestyle and your family.
Golly, Jim. And what about Grande Dunes? This place is unbelievable.
There's an old saying that if you find a job that you love, You never really have to go to work. And I think I mentioned that to you. I love coming to work every day.
Oh, yeah.
And Grande Dunes is booming. It was fun. I got to talk to the mayor a little while ago, and I
Right.
got to show him around actually some homes going up.
Yes.
We have 45 homes under construction
Oh,
at this moment in
come
Grande Dunes.
on,
It's
really?
like
45 homes.
45 homes under construction and a lot more getting ready to start. And they're all sold, Greg. That's what's important. And
Wow.
a lot of beautiful homes. In fact, we're going to have an open house today
Yes.
here from 2 to 4.
Now, how easy is that for viewers if they want to come over this afternoon? How easy is that for them to get in?
Just come to the sales gallery or to the front gate
Okay.
and tell them that they want to go to the Carrell model.
Right.
And it's located at 9294 Bellasera Circle,
Okay.
right here in the Members Club neighborhood.
Great.
And we'll be here from 2 to 4. We'll show them this beautiful home, give them the grand tour, and show them all the reasons that they may want to talk with Bruce Carrell.
Great, Jim. And for viewers in the PD in southeastern North Carolina, if they're coming down for the first time, could they give you a call to make sure they know how to get here? Or?
Sure. Jim Frazier, 843-385-1967.
Okay.
That was a good year.
1967, absolutely. It's pretty tough to miss Grande Dunes. If you're traveling up and down the bypass, it really stands out.
It's one of the premier neighborhoods along the eastern seaboard. And what we like to do is show people how grand Grande Dunes really is.
Right. It really is a lifestyle.
We love to share that.
Yeah, with the Ocean Club.
Over $100 million of amenities already in place.
Right.
2 beautiful hotels on the site, 2 golf courses, a marina, a beautiful ocean club right on the ocean front, 25,000 square feet. We have beautiful clubhouses, and but the main thing is people make a neighborhood, and we've got some wonderful owners here, some
Yes.
great neighbors, and a really good group of builders. And like I say, from 2 to 4 today, come out and see what Bruce Carroll's, why he's such an award-winning builder.
Absolutely, Jim. Well, I hope to get out today as well. Thanks so much
Enjoyed
for being
it.
with us.
Thank you for having me.
Very
Yeah.
definitely. Stay tuned as we wrap up Carolina People. So many people we'd like to thank today, but we particularly want to thank Jim Frazier and all the wonderful folks with the Grande Dunes Resort for letting us visit. We want to thank Bruce Carrell and his lovely bride Sonia for opening up their model home. We particularly want to celebrate the wonderful life of our Honorable John Rhodes, the mayor of the city of Myrtle Beach. If you can't be out for today's open house from 2 to 4, you can always go online to carolinapeople.com to learn more about this wonderful home and so many wonderful folks. And always remember, it's a great day when you're with Carolina People.